Bringing you the best in sports coverage, CBI Sports proudly presents boys high school basketball.
On the campus of Fordson High School in Dearborn, Michigan, we're in Max Gym, and it's high school tournament basketball time, 1994. The Michigan State High School Athletic Association pitting in District 16 the Prospectors of Southwestern High School against the Pioneers of Dearborn. And I'm Lee Velicities along with my broadcast partner John Kerr. This should be a good ball game. Of course, I think they almost all are in tournament basketball, but these two teams remember what happened a year ago.
Boy, don't they. Last year, Dearborn High and the Prospectors of Southwestern met in the championship game over at Dearborn High, and the Pioneers kind of snuck up on the Prospectors and knocked them off. And the Pioneers remember that victory. They know that they could beat this team, and on the other hand, of course, the Prospectors want revenge, so it should be interesting.
And revenge is always sweet for those who can afford to get it and those who have the guns to get it. And this should be a real shootout here at Fordson High School. John and I will be back with a play-by-play right after we call this timeout.
CBI Sports coverage of boys high school basketball is brought to you by Dearborn Federal Savings Bank, excellence in community banking. La Pinguina Deli, get the best. La Pinguina. By Drug Max, your neighborhood drugstore, plus a whole lot more. And by Fairlane Town Center, where everybody shops for something different.
Dearborn Federal Savings Bank, serving our community since 1936 with a full spectrum of financial services. With an honest interest in you, your family, your home, and your business, we at Dearborn Federal Savings Bank offer state-of-the-art financial services. And now, after 57 years of growth in our community, we bring you experience, expertise, trust, leadership, and friendship, plus 5 community locations to serve you. A smile and a handshake still matters at Dearborn Federal Savings Bank.
La Pinguina, an unusual name for an unusual deli. On Greenfield, just north of Michigan, La Pinguina features the finest deli sandwiches on bakery fresh bread and super party subs. La Pinguina's superior pasta dishes are made fresh every day. Delicious deli trays feature imported and domestic meats and cheeses. Get the best. La Pinguina, unusually delicious. Open weekdays from 8:30 to 4. La Pinguina, next to the Capri Bakery.
Forward for the Pioneers, number 54, 6'4" senior.
Back at Fordson High School in the John H. McIntyre Gymnasium, where Class A high school tournament basketball is taking place here with the Detroit Southwestern Prospectors going against the Dearborn Pioneers. The Southwestern starters look like this. At the guards, Bill Foster and Rory Gamble and Dannon Holly. At the forwards, Bakari Alexander and Robert Clanton. Larry Pierce is 8-2 in the public school league this year and 12-6 overall. And there he is. And for the Pioneers of Dearborn High School, the starting lineups: Manny and Dean Haritzaris at the guards, Jeff Collier and Kevin Krieger at the forwards, and at the center, big 6'4" Tom Berry wearing the numbers 54. Gene Snell, 12-0 in conference play on the season, 17-4 overall, and there he is. Gene shaking hands with some well-wishers, and once again, as John and I said early on, this should be a very good basketball game. Gene won his first road game in the tournament, a first round game on the road against Fordson, 67-52.
Interesting story with Gene Snell. He was the basketball coach for Dearborn High beginning in either 76 or 77, and he had about 10-year tenure or so, and then he stepped down. Don McCaffrey took over. He ran the program up until he stepped down after the last season, and then Gene took it back again.
And not bad.
Not bad at all. Here's a look at the way they finished in the white division of the Michigan Mega Conference. Dearborn on top. They finished with a perfect 12-0 record. Etzel Ford wound up second. They were 9-3. And Taylor Kennedy was third. So the two Dearborn schools on top, running 1-2, and that speaks volumes about the quality of basketball in Dearborn Public Schools.
And we're just about ready to go. Here is the tip-off.
And tipping it off for Dearborn High. And the ball comes right over to me, and I fielded that one almost.
Very nicely, and you saved your Coke.
I did. My Diet Coke lives another day. Dearborn High's Kevin Krieger will inbound the ball. Pioneers on the offensive. First of all, good man-to-man defense by the Prospectors. They try and go inside of Tom Berry. Tom with a turnaround move, throws it up off the glass and in. Tom Berry. Pioneers draw first blood in this ball game, and they apply a little up-court pressure themselves as double team along the side. And the ball is kicked back out now and around the other side, pass inside. There's a strong move to basket by number 34. That's Bakari Alexander, who's got a basket. Harris will take it right down the lane, throws it up, and it won't fall. They go for the rebound. Harris has it back again. Ball's on the ground. They battle for it, and Harris gets it back to his brother. Tom Berry will shoot from the outside. That one is a little off the mark, and back down from the Prospectors now. 2-2 just underway. Dearborn High, Detroit Southwestern. Ball on the wing. Back out on top. Intercepted by Harris. He'll take it down all the way. And it is banged off the glass. And a foul is going to be called, I believe, against number 21. I believe is the number. Let's check it and see. Rory Gamble, I believe, is called for the foul.
That was an interesting defensive play. Gamble never looked at the ball. All he did was dash for the basket and go up and try to slap the ball away from the basket.
On the line for the Pioneers will be number 12, Dean Harris.
So it's Dean Harris who will step to the free throw line. Looking at a couple of shots here. A little over a minute into the ball game. Tied at 2 apiece.
Almost 7.5 points a game for Dean as he misses the first shot. Second shot coming up.
A rematch of the game played a year ago between these two clubs, in which Dearborn High prevailed and went on to win the championship. And there's the steal by the Pioneers, and they get it right back, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Pioneers, good up-court pressure early in the ball game.
Good up-court pressure, real quickness on both ball clubs. I mean, they're both pressing very, very hard.
Clanton with the ball, looking around. Pushes it off. And now Prospectors get it over the timeline. There's a move to the baseline. Back out they come inside. Ball kicked out. 3-point shot from the outside. No good. Rebounded underneath by Clanton, and he loses the ball. It's picked up underneath there by Wilmot. And he gets it down the floor now. Pioneers on the attack. They own a 3-2 lead. Krieger has it inside to Berry. Baseline move. Throws up the shot. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up and drops it in.
It wasn't pretty, but it counts.
Tom Berry battling inside. He's got a couple of baskets for Dearborn High. 5-2 Pioneers on top. And here comes the ball again. It goes out of bounds. And Lee, I hope you don't have anything in that bag.
Only my glasses. Sunglasses. Shot glasses.
Substitution for the Prospectors.
5:59 to go here in the first quarter. Pioneers on top, 5-2 in the early going. Krieger will inbound the ball right in front of our table. Over to Harris. Manny Harris to Berry, and he gets it back again. And now the Pioneers bring the ball over the timeline. Harris on the side to Dean Harris. Back out to Wilmot. Jason looking to pass it off, gives it to Berry, inside to Krieger. Krieger trying to put it up, and he does, and it is no good. Kevin Krieger missing the shot right into the basket, and the foul is going to be called against number 12, and that's Dean Harris.
Foul is called as the Pioneers, number 12, Dean Harris, his first foul.
First foul for Dean Harrod-Saris. We've got a 5-2 ball game here.
Both
and
teams.
a lot of quickness on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. A lot of rubber marks on the floor tonight. Both teams now with one foul. There's a long shot from the outside. No good. Rebounded by Tom Berry. Krieger down the floor to Harrod-Saris. Harrod-Saris down in the corner trying to go to Berry, and I think they passed it out of bounds on the baseline, and that's exactly what happened. So the Prospectors will get it back.
Berry was setting up for the pass, and his toes were on the out-of-bounds line. So it's a turnover.
Over the timeline come the Prospectors with the ball. And it was knocked away by Dearborn High, and then Krieger loses it out of bounds, has it knocked away out of bounds. Dearborn High will retain possession.
Big Jeff Collier not being able to handle the ball.
Checking into Southwestern's lineup, number 22, James Golder.
James Golder.
Tom Berry, turnaround 5-footer, and he hits it. Tom Berry, hot.
Number 54, Tom Berry.
He's got 6 points. Pioneers lead by 5, 7-2. There's a pass inside, down the kick it back, the baseline move, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Harrod-Saris. And they're going to count the basket, and a possibility here of a three-point play.
No basket.
Now the official changes his mind, says no basket.
Foul called on the Pioneers, number 12, Dean Harrod-Saris.
So it won't be a three-point play.
Pioneers' second team foul.
Not unless something really unusual happens.
Number 14, Mike Sykes.
They say the foul was committed before the shot went off, and so it will be inbounded by the Prospectors. They trail 7-2 with the basketball. There's a long three-point effort from the outside, no good, it's short, and the ball is on the out-of-bounds line, and it is turned over as Mike Sykes stepped out of bounds.
Once again, the Pioneers getting a little too close to that out-of-bounds line.
4:43 to go, first quarter. Pioneers 7, Prospectors 2. The ball comes back out now. They move it around. There's a long shot from the outside, no good. And it's Krieger who comes up with a rebound, moving along the baseline, and everybody backs away now. And it's Kevin Krieger who brings it down. Harrod-Saris pass inside. Tom Berry takes the 5-footer, no good, but the tip in by Mike Sykes. Mike Sykes, the right man in the right place, and we got a 9-2 ball game with a timeout on the floor, Lee.
Timeout on the floor by Coach Larry Pierce. He doesn't like what he sees right now. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to play in this first period, and he's already trailing by 7 points, so he wants to get some things together.
Dearborn High getting off to a fast start here, and part of the reason is that Tom Berry has 3 baskets for 6 points. Pioneers able to score inside against the Prospectors, and that's exactly what they were able to do last year against this ball club, as they pulled off the upset and went on to win the district championship, and the Pioneers are trying to repeat.
And nothing could please Gene Snell more than to hit from the inside, because those are the high percentage shots, and those are the ones that are easier to make. So don't think that things aren't going well now for our Mr. Snell. To capture this in every moment of CBI Sports 1993-94 high school basketball season, just send us a letter including your name, address, city, state, and zip code, along with a check or money order for 1995 to CBI Sports Programming, 15200 Mercantile Drive, Dearborn, Michigan 48120. Be sure to include the date of the contest and the 2 participating schools, and we'll send you a memento of the 1993-94 high school basketball season that'll stay in your video library forever.
Foster with the ball for the Prospectors. There's a move inside. They kick it back out now. 3-point shot from the outside, and down it goes. Larry Pierce finds the range. 9-5, Pioneers by 4. Krieger with the ball, working against Pierce. 3:55 to go here in the first quarter. Pioneers by 4. They've led it all the way. Sykes with the ball. Harrod-Saris squares up, takes the shot off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded underneath. Stolen back, shot goes up and in. Jeff Collier Long pass down the floor, move to the basket, and that one goes up and down by Rory Gamble. Good action up and down the court, Lee.
Oh, it is moving.
11-7 on the scoreboard with 3:24 to go here in the first quarter. Ball in the hands of Harris Sayers. He drives it down the lane, dishes it off to Barry. He throws up the 15-foot shot, no good. Rebounded by Collier. He puts up the 5-footer. It won't fall, but he's hammered.
Well, that was a frustration foul by number 22, James Golder. He missed the rebound. It almost bounced off his head, and he was determined to stop the shot from going in, and he committed the foul. It's not a shooting foul, but it is a foul against Golder, and it is a shooting foul. 2 shots. Jeff Collier at the line. Almost 8.5 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. And Jeff makes it 12-8. Correction, it's 12-7.
Second shot won't fall, so the Pioneers will hold on to that 5-point lead with 3 minutes now to go in the first quarter. There's a long shot from the outside, no good, and Sykes with a rebound. Dearborn High doing yeoman work under the board so far in this ball game.
They're doing everything they need to do. And rebounding, of course, is one of the big jobs that has to be completed.
Pass underneath, shot won't fall by Collier. And back down come the Prospectors, 3-on-1. And now everybody catches up with the play. And the ball goes over and back. They're going to say Dearborn High knocked it away. Prospectors retain possession with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Shot goes up, partially blocked. And they're going to call Tom Berry for a foul.
Prospectors are having a little problem playing under control. They've got to do that. They've got to slow down if they want to have a shot at winning this basketball game. Foul is on Berry, and number 21, Roy Gamble, is at the line for the Prospectors, a 6-foot senior.
Checking into the Pioneer lineup, number 32, Matt Leonard. On the line for the Prospectors is number 21, Roy Gamble. He'll be shooting 2.
2:27 left here in the first quarter. Pioneers by 5. Prospectors trying to cut into it. There's Rory Gamble, 6-foot senior. First shot bangs off the rim.
Substitution into the Pioneer lineup, number 42, Jason Wilmoth.
Jason Wilmoth checking in. And Tom Berry's going to take a rest. Second shot by Gamble also hits the iron. It's Kevin Krieger with the rebound. Down the floor comes Krieger. Pass underneath. Ball given back. And traveling call, I believe. And that is indeed the call going against number 32, Matt Leonard. One too many fakes there, I think. Right? 5-point ball game. Dearborn High has led all the way. Harris pounding the ball. Prospectors now, there's the double team. And they go inside, move to the basket, shot goes up and in. Bakari Alexander with another basket. That's a couple for him. He's got 4 points in the ball game. And now it's a 3-point Dearborn High lead as Krieger brings the ball down. Ball's in the corner now. Wilmoth swings it to Sykes over Harris. Sykes gets it back again. Now it's Harris on the side. Cross-court pass. Wilmoth gives it back to Krieger. Kevin Krieger directing traffic out on top, waving his teammates around. Pioneer showing good ball movement here. Krieger, Harris, lob pass inside. There's a turnaround shot by Leonard that is blocked nicely. And a traveling call is going to be called against Harris. He's lost his feet going into the lane.
Harris lost his feet, slipped down in the lane, and slid along the paint. So that was called as traveling.
Prospectors now with a chance to cut into the 3-point deficit. They have trailed all the way in this ball game. There's a pass into the middle, moves the basket, the shot goes up and in. Bakari Alexander, 3 baskets, 6 points for Bakari, and he is the offense so far.
The advantage that Southwestern has over Dearborn is that they are more muscular. They're not necessarily taller, but they are much bigger as far as the muscle mass goes. And in the last couple of trips down the floor, they are using that to their advantage.
Back into the prospector lineup, number 40, Robert Plant.
Rory Gamble called for the foul, and that's 2 on Rory. Krieger will inbound it, and it'll be Harris Saris bringing it over the timeline and back to Krieger. Less than a minute to go now. We'll see if the Pioneers look for the last shot. They're up by 1. Long shot from the outside. Down it goes for a 3-pointer. Adam Kachaturov just checked into the ballgame, Lee.
Just checked in. Kachaturov makes it a 15-11 game with 40 seconds left to play in the first period.
Prospectors now looking at the 4-point deficit. Drive to the basket. Shot goes up, partially blocked, and they're going to call it jump ball, which is going to give Dearborn High the ball back with 31 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Prospector lineup, number 14, Levan Tate.
Now Harris Saris gives the ball off to Krieger. And Krieger facing the double team now. Moves the ball over the timeline. Kachaturov, and Krieger gets it back again. Kevin Krieger double team. And the ball is knocked away, picked up by the Prospectors. There's a dish off. A wild shot goes up, rebounded by Krieger, and back out he comes down the floor. 3-on-2 for the Pioneers, and there's a foul as Krieger goes to the basket. And everybody up in the balcony stands up, anticipating that we may have some extracurriculars here, and both players walk away.
Foul called on the prospector, number 12, William Foster.
2 fouls on Foster.
The 14th foul on the prospector.
It's going to be on the side now for Dearborn High. That's 4 fouls, 14 fouls on Detroit Southwestern, and we've got 7 seconds left here in the quarter. Pioneers with plenty of time to get off a shot. Kachaturov has it. Back to Krieger. 3 seconds on the clock. Kevin's going to force the shot from the outside. No good, and there's the buzzer that ends the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter.
But it's been a Dearborn High quarter. They lead it 15-11 over the Prospectors of Detroit Southwestern, and we'll be back with more from Fordson High School right after this.
Now, the fastest and finest is open. Drug Max, your neighborhood drugstore plus a whole lot more. Drug Max on Schaefer Road, just south of Ford Road, for fast, professional, personalized prescription service with fast and free delivery. Drug Max, a value right pharmacy with a full line of medication and sundries, senior discounts, film developing, fax and copy services, and greeting cards. Drug Max, your neighborhood drugstore plus a whole lot more.
Back we are at Fordson High School, where Dearborn High has a 4-point lead over Detroit Southwestern in the semifinal round of the Class A district battles. The winner of this game will go on to play Detroit Western, which eked out a 3-point victory over Etzel Ford earlier this evening, 42-39. Pioneers last year were able to down the Prospectors, and they went on to win the district championship. And you'll want to catch all the replays of this and all the games on Channel 11 CBI Sports, Sundays at noon, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock, and Fridays at 8 p.m. We've brought you the best in high school basketball all season long here on CBI Sports. There's Dearborn High coach Gene Snell. Gene looking rather dapper tonight.
Yes, he is.
Prospectors to inbound the ball. They trail by 4 now as we start the second quarter. Dearborn High has led the entire way. Ball on the side. Pierce has it. Now they kick it around to the other side. It goes off the hands of Dan and Holly.
And the switch to the zone defense worked right there. It forced a turnover.
Dearborn High will inbound the ball right in front of the Pioneer bench. Matt Leonard will inbound it. Kachaturov gives it back to Kevin Krieger, and Kevin will bring the ball over the timeline. Guarded there by Holly. Pass back to Krieger, and he dishes it off to the outside to Harris, who misses the three-pointer, and back down come the Prospectors, 3-on-3, and now they're going to pull up. Pierce with the ball. Over on the side to Foster. Back to Pierce. And they swing it around, and there's a travel call. The official, Tom Ryan, right on top of it, says back the other way we'll go.
Officials in this one, Tom Ryan, and right there is Jim Walsh. Jim is from Plymouth, Tom Ryan from West Bloomfield. As Tom Berry comes back into the ball game, he replaces Adam Kachachurov.
Pioneers with the ball and a 4-point lead. Harris over the timeline, Kachachurov on the side. Gives it back to Krieger. Good man-to-man defense by the Prospectors, and there's a steal by number 12, Foster. And now Prospectors with a chance to cut into a 4-point deficit as they swing the ball around. Dearborn High playing good defense here. Low-scoring ball game so far, 15-11, almost 2 minutes into the second quarter. Prospectors get the rebound after the missed shot. There's a long shot from the outside, no good, and a foul is going to be called against the Prospectors. Number 34 will pick up the foul, and that's Bakari Alexander.
Bakari Alexander doing a little pushing to get into a better position to rebound there, and he was called for it, so the ball is turned over, and the Pioneers take over the basketball. 15-11 the score, 6:35 left to play as Dean Harris replaces Manny in the lineup.
5 team fouls now on the Prospectors. Pioneers will be in the 1-on-1 situation pretty soon if that pace continues. Harris driving it down the lane, pulls up, takes the 5-footer and hits it.
Pioneer basket, scored by number 12, Dean
Harris with a basket gives Dearborn High its biggest lead of the ball game, 6 points, 17-11 Pioneers. And there's an errant pass that goes over and back, and a whistle stops play, and Dearborn High is going to get the basketball back again.
Checking into the Prospector lineup, number 24, Dwayne Martin, and number 22, James Golder.
Wayne Martin and James Golder into the lineup for the Prospectors.
Dearborn High to inbound it. And they kick it back out now to Krieger. Back over on the side. Harris wants the 3. No